Hey, Luke here. Really quick video today on just getting yourself in the right position when you're launching the kite so that you know the kite's just going to fly up into the air and you'll have control over it. If you've been trying to launch your kite, you may have already found sometimes if you say let go and the kite actually drifts back away from the downwind a little bit before it launches, or your helper might be standing there hanging on to the thing. They can barely even hang on to the kite because it's really behaving very aggressively as it's really trying to fly. And so that's all about how we position ourselves across the wind to have the kite in the perfect position. Now, at the moment, I've already got the kite up in the air, and what that means is if we just let the kite just come gently sitting down on its wingtip and sheet out, the kite will naturally find the perfect position across the wind. This is exactly where it wants to be. And so if you could predict this while you're just running out your bar and lines, then it would mean you could give the thumbs up and steer it up and it would just work absolutely perfectly. However, we don't actually get to know that until the kite's flying. And so this video, we're just going to go through one simple little thing you can do to make sure you get it right. First off, the very first thing you can do is just determine the wind direction. So you just face into the wind, draw a line. Oh, the line's going to get washed out. We'll just come here. Draw a line so you know. So that's the wind direction. So now we know that we're going to want to be pretty much straight across the wind. And now you can see if I'm standing on the X with that line going across the wind, it's almost perfect with the kite. So you can see that that is pretty much exactly how the kite wants to be. So you can start by drawing this X, wind in your face, draw it across. That's going to give you a really good indication of where you need to be. The second thing you do is you come back just a few steps from that line. So you've sort of eyed up across the wind and then come downwind just a tiny bit. And then the next step we're going to show you is actually having a helper launch. So we'll land the kite and then we'll show you what you can do with the canopy. But what happens is when somebody's holding onto the kite, you're connected to the bar, you've got a helper over there holding onto the leading edge. What you're looking for is a ripple in the canopy. So if the canopy's fluttering, okay, you can see it's just perfectly just filled at the moment. It's not fluttering, it's just a perfect sheet of canopy. But if the canopy was fluttering, that's what we want to look for when our helper's first holding the kite, a fluttering in the trailing edge. When you see that, you can start to move upwind a few steps, and you continue just to move upwind slowly until that canopy fills up as it looks like now. It's at that point that you know that the wind is rushing over both the underside and the top side of the canopy, and you're very close to a launching position. Once you see the canopy is filled, you just take 2 more steps, and then you should be perfectly positioned just to give the thumbs up and ease the kite up into the sky. So that's how it's done, and like I said, we'll just go and get a helper to help launch, and we'll do it right now. Okay, so you can see we've got a fluttering in the canopy, and as you start to slowly move upwind, the canopy starts to fill. Right there, you can see it's just filled up. And then we just take a step and 2, give the thumbs up, and then steer it up into the sky. Now we'll do it again, but this time, if we don't get upwind enough and you can see the kite's still fluttering, trailing edge is flapping, drifts backwards, and then we have to fly it up. Now obviously that's not great if it's crowded or if there's any debris or anything on the sand or the rocks or anything like that. And then the other way is if you go too far upwind, if you haven't come downwind far enough, and then all of a sudden it's loading up on your helper and it's uncomfortable for them because they're trying to hold onto a kite that's got too much power in it. And then it'll race forward, which is also a little uncomfortable for you if there's too much power when you let it, when, you know, as it races up, it could pull you or unbalance you. Okay, look, that's it for this video, guys. I hope that was helpful. And let us know if you have any questions in the comments. You can subscribe for more videos. We're making heaps of videos like this. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.